Hey everybody, it's the boss lady here, coming to you today with part 2 of my part 2 of the video, basically talking about, my daughter being approved for services and going from there. So, whenever there is happiness, there's always someone who's not happy. Case in point. So, we gotta win. You know what I mean? My understanding, trying to get services in place for, a child in need, it can be a bit much, So, anyway, some people are saying to me, like, oh, I can't believe you got services so quick. Some people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it took till she was 15, type of stuff, So today's video is going to be more about the complaints, the negativity that's been coming my way. So I've already heard about, oh my God, I can't believe it took the school X amount of time to, whatever. We already addressed that, right? Addressed that a couple months back. So yesterday, after getting that win, I was very excited. So I have a very small circle, and I have some people in my circle who have dealt with some form of IEP, special ed services, or whatever, right? So like one mom, her son graduated from college. Another mom, her daughter, same grade as my daughter, but she doesn't have autism, but she still has IEP. And there was another one I contacted. Another mom, her daughter graduated just from college recently, and overall the responses that I got in reference to, congratulations on getting, services for your kid, whatever. But there are a select few who are in that realm that I just spoke of. And, well, what accommodation is she going to get? First of all, what does it matter to you what she gets? As long as she's getting it and I approve it. They can't do anything without my signature and my approval. Period. Or her dad. One or the other. Okay? But what does it matter to you? I said, well, as of right now, okay, let's be clear. The IEP has not been written. So therefore, I can't tell you verbatim. And even when it is written, I'm not going to tell you verbatim because it's none of your business. I'm just excited that we got approved. Another parent, I asked, I said, I know your daughter had, an IEP. What was it like for her in college? She said, oh, she was able to have modifications, She said, I kept her IEP all the way in place, all the way through high school. And when she got to college, she was able to use those modifications. And I will insert, what she said, because I'm kind of just paraphrasing or whatever. But I'm like, okay. So then, let's fast forward to what really got my goat, okay? Got my panties in a bunch. So I had reached out to one of my acquaintances. Oh, we got approved for, special ed services, she's going to be getting an IEP, blah, 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 whatever. Oh, that's great, right? That was the initial, and I'm thinking that's the end of our conversation. I mean, it should have been, right? No. This person decides to text me, because when she texts and say, oh, congratulations, that's good. I was on a little mini date with my husband. He had to get like a lotto ticket or something, and we went to the food truck, So then, she texts at that time. Well, when she texts me again, y'all, for anybody who don't know, and for those who do know, I go to bed early. Even my husband, it bothers his nerves, but guess what? I go to bed early, and I'm okay with that. If I'm asleep at 7:30, 8 o'clock, okay. I might wake up at midnight and be up for 2-3 hours, but My body is saying, Sharon, lay it down, close your eyes, and rest thyself. And that's what I do. So by the time I was listening to, I was listening to a YouTube video in reference to females with autism. And it was a really good listen. And for those who don't know, I learn in my sleep. So like my body never shuts off. That's why I typically get sick or injured or whatever, because my body never shuts off. And because I work during the day and I can't really do this stuff during the day, you know, and in the evening I'm busy doing mommy and wife stuff, you know, normally when I sleep, that's when I, you know, tune in. So anyway, that's when I tune into a lot of people's channels, and you know, I just don't remember to go back and comment. So anyway, so I'm listening to this video and I'm like, I'm not in that deep REM sleep, but I'm asleep. My phone vibrates and I'm like, what the heck? So my first inkling is, what time is it? Because I know I had been listening. Child, if she hit my car, Lord help me. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Lord. Start praying. So what happened was I ended up looking at the time. The time's this baby. She's okay. So I look at the time, it's like 10:45. And at this time, this particular parent, acquaintance, whatever, decides to talk to me and tell me all about, you know, IEP services and, you know, whatever. And I'm just like, are you serious? I'm asleep. You know, and my thing is, you're not even close enough to me that you should even be texting me after 9 o'clock anyway. I only take text messages, phone calls after 9 o'clock if it's an emergency. Like, it better be my kid, my mom, or my sister. Because my husband's normally in the bed next to me. So I'm like, you know, so what is up with these people not understanding the laws? We're not across the ocean. And where you are is not a lane. I'm gonna let them go because, baby, I can't have no accident. Okay? I'm good. So anyway, yeah, see, they almost got hit. I mean, they just bogart in front of everybody because they didn't want to wait. So anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm just like, whatever. And so, you know, she was trying to tell me like what the difference is between 504 and IEP. Now, mind you, when I did the video that you just saw, I had did that during the daytime at like almost, 10 o'clock in the morning. So I already knew what the difference between IEP and 504 was. But I guess she thought I didn't, so she decided she wanted to tell me, right? And I was like, I know I wanted to have an IEP because I want to be able to make sure she can get, you know, services and stuff when she goes to college. Then she goes on a tangent about, oh, well, IEPs are not in college. They can't have an IEP in college. But they can have accommodations. They can have modifications. You know what I mean? And I said, well, I spoke to a parent whose daughter just graduated. Hello. She just graduated college on, Saturday, Sunday? The same day as my niece. And she had an IEP. And she was able to get, you know. And so I'm just like running it down, right? And so I work in such and such and such. And she's just going on a tangent. What time did I tell you she started texting me? 10:45 p.m. Not a.m. Not when Boss Lady is wide awake and got all eyes open and can hold a good conversation and not be testy and temperamental. Baby, when I tell you, and it's, well, I'm trying to let you know and make sure you understand, and, you know, you needed this and you needed that, and you know, if you need any other resources. And I said, oh, let me stop you right there. I said, see, that's the problem. I said, everybody got opinions and talk about resources and don't give up nothing. I said, and I'm about tired of that. I said, I know what needs to be done for my child. I know what she can get and this and that, whatever. So then, you know, and I just snapped off on her. And so then, you know, she's lucky to have a mom like you. Y'all hold that thought, because I gotta take Peanut home, and then I'm gonna come back with the rest of my thought. Okay, I had to go and change, because since I'm going to the doctor, it's hard for me being a dress or whatever. But anyway, so like I said, she hold on one second. Door is open. All right. Had to talk to the husband. Anyway, so after, she said what she said, and I finally woke all the way up, I, politely put her in her place. So like I said, she made the comment of, oh, she's very lucky to have you and as a support network, and I know you're going to advocate well for her. Most kids don't have an advocate, and this is this. So she took it as, sorry, I'm hot. And I really don't want to turn the air on because it's not necessary. It's only 74 degrees. But then again, I can't stand sound. Y'all know me. I can't stand sound. So she took it as, like I was needing like an advocacy, or I don't know, but then realizing, oh, well, she does have a mom who was an advocate and da-da-da. I'm like, yeah. So let's push it even more forward. So after that, I'm wide awake and I'm ticked off. I mean, like, I was ready to snap, crackle, pop, shoot, bust somebody's head open, because I'm like, you done woke me up. I was good in sleep. And honestly, these days of me getting rest are far and in between. Whether it's my back hurting, my neck hurting, I'm having swelling issues in my feet. You know what I mean? I'm having some things going on right now. So it's like, when I do get time to really rest and sleep, leave me alone. Let me sleep. I was ticked. And so I was hoping that she would have like sent another message this morning. She didn't. And I'm like, that's good, because I probably would have then cursed her out. Because I'm like, who do you think you're talking to? And might I add, now this person automatically, she didn't find out, she didn't know in the beginning. So she didn't know December, she didn't know February, she didn't know in December I was getting a referral for Miss Peanut. She didn't know in February that we did the referral appointment, got the evaluation done, and got a diagnosis. So she didn't find out about the true diagnosis of Miss Peanut until this particular person. She didn't find out until it was before Mother's Day, because I remember she wanted me to go somewhere, and I was like, oh, I can't because I have to work. And I told her, what I was doing, my independent contractor job, which we may have talked about that again. Anyway, so I was telling her, I had to work and everything, and, Miss Peanut will be busy. And so she's like, oh, well, we need to connect, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then she contacted me, was it last week? Because I told her, we'll be going to Kansas City, so, it'd have to be well after that, because we're busy. And I told her, I said, we normally are in your area on Saturday evening, so we could possibly connect, on a Saturday evening. But anyway, long story short, that's about the time that I told her, what's going on and stuff. And so, so she hasn't known very long. But the fact of her trying to, she kind of was like talking to me a little bit then, but it wasn't like she was giving any type of resources. And that's the thing. And that's what I told her. I said, nobody has been willingly wanting to give resources. Everybody wants to give an opinion. Okay? Nobody wants to give resources. And I'm just like, what the heck? And I've been getting this across the board from every parent in my community. I swear, any parent of color who has been, dealing with either the special ed or IEPs or autism or whatever, disabilities, nobody wants to talk about, either like support networks for, you know, parents with autistic children of color, or, you know, any resources or how to navigate the system. None of that. So I've literally been, as they say, boots on the ground this entire time. It's getting ready to storm. So I'm just like, I'm over it dealing with, you know, people in their 59 cents. So I was like, whatever. So now let's back it up. So that in a nutshell is what happened last night. So that's why I said this is part 2 of, you know, the carryover from the meeting. Also, yesterday, I spoke to the social worker at the school. And I said, listen, I spoke to the other social worker. She told me to follow up with you. So that's what I'm doing. I'm, you know, being obedient. Okay. I said, I need assistance with navigating the system, you know, and who to talk to and who to, you know, whatever. So she was just like, okay, contact this. She said, that's where you should start first. I'm like, okay, fine. So then I contacted them today. When I tell you, first of all, I was on hold, I kid you not, for 22 minutes. Why did I stay on hold that long? Because I wanted to get to the nit and gritty of the nit and gritty. Okay? So I stayed on hold. Then I was on the phone call with the lady for over an hour and a half. I kid you not. When I looked at my phone, it said 2 hours and some change. But I got to part of the root of what I needed to. You know, what the heck? Like, do you not see there's a truck in front of me while you riding up? Anyway, y'all know I can't stand people. I can't stand people driving. Lord help. So anyway, the lady, you know, I talked to her at length. She was such a great person to talk to. She's also a social worker. She's a social worker in our county. And she began the initial intake process that I need to go through. So I'm like, thank God, somebody, anybody, you know, and that's what I was telling her. I was like, I just need somebody to talk to. Seriously. So we did that, and then at the end of the call, she just told me, she said, you know, I honestly don't believe your daughter needs a case manager. She said, because everything that you're doing, she said, that's what a case manager does. She said, and let me tell you something, Mama. She said, I know when you got on this call, you were very stressed out and everything. She said, but you know what? You're doing a great job. She said, I mean, you're doing an amazing job. She said, you keep up the good work. She said, you know what? Spoil the baby for me just a little bit. Okay. So let me go here, go to see Doc, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, guys, I'm back. So it took me a little longer than I had anticipated, but storm came through. So, you know, I don't be moving when the storm is outside. I just can't. Anyway, so, but that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of the situation. You know, like I said, folks and trying not to give no resources, but then want to, you know, act like they know everything. And which, don't get me wrong, I appreciate, you know, the little mini circle I have. And I do, you know, have a lot of folks who are of, you know, a certain caliber in life. As far as, you know, whether it be a doctor, whether it be an educator. Please don't hit my car. You know, but whether it be a doctor, educator, I ain't going this way. You know, different entities as far as politics, all that stuff, you know, police officers, whatever. I got, you know, a little circle full of folks. But my thing is, don't sit up here and make me feel smaller than nothing. And see, and maybe I'm coming off of having that conversation with a psychologist. But I'm like, listen, you know, you're not the only one who knows something. And I'm sorry, but Google is my best friend. Shoot. Because like when I had to snap, crackle, and pop about my husband, baby. Okay? So, ooh-wee, Lord. But everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. You know, Miss Pina going to be taken care of. And I won't have to worry about anything. I'm making sure she's got all the tools that she needs to, you know, operate in this life, this world that we live in. It's mad, mad, mad world. So, that'd be that. Now, the next thing I have to do for Miss Peanut, now that I got this pretty much, you know, oh gosh, I'm about to turn off. But now that I got this pretty much taken care of, I would say, now what I need to do is read up on this permit. You know, she done took her class, and I got to figure out how the heck does she get her permit. So that's one thing I have to call on or whatever. But my biggest concern and thing that was on my head was getting this IEP situation pretty much, you know, slam dunk, and making sure the school was about business. So that'd be that. Whew. Sorry I had to be in 3-4 parts in this video. I'm sorry. You know, it started off in a dress, now I'm in a tank top. You know, it is what it is. But now I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home before the next storm rolls through. So you guys be well, be great. I gotta get gas again. Lord have mercy. And did y'all know that the gas was going up even more? Jesus. We all gonna have a pony or a donkey or something. Skateboard. Something. Shoot. Because this is ridiculous. Paying all this money. I saw $4.19 the other day. And my husband told me it was gonna go down when I got down south. It did not. I mean, Kansas City's kind of not south, but south enough. It's south of us. But anyway, that's enough rambling. Y'all be well, be great. I'll see y'all in a new video. Bye.